Hi everybody, this is my review of the Behringer Ultravoice XM8500. This is a dynamic cardioid vocal microphone. It's a relatively very cheap microphone costing around between $20 to $40. It's actually known for its very high performance, way above its retail price. And actually everything that you're going to hear here in this video was recorded with this microphone. So considering the price, you'd be surprised that it actually comes with a box. Inside you're going to find an adapter and the microphone. All right, so you can see the adapter there, the microphone. It also has a kind of impact resistant carrying case and hard plastic to protect it during transport or storage, and the manual documentation, of course. You can see here the frequency chart. Yeah, nothing fancy, but it's all there. Now, first thing I want to add that I was surprised personally how durable it felt. It felt heavy. I mean, heavy. I didn't expect that. From what I've read, it weighs 240 grams, but it just feels heavy and kind of heavy duty. Again, compared to my FIFA microphone that I had, it feels totally plasticky. This felt like in a league of its own compared to that. Yeah, now, just so you know, I use it, of course, for my videos. Podcasting, voiceover. Not going to use it for singing or anything like instrumental recording, none of that. Just for, again, voiceovers, my videos, and podcasting. Also going to share with you a few tests. What you see here now is basically two filters that reduces basically ambience noises and also room echo. But as you soon see, it actually will perform very well even without that, but that's just in a bit later. Now, I know there are many people won't find this attractive again for the microphone. Some people prefer something that looks cool. I don't know when they're actually streaming. Yeah, but for me, again, as long as the performance is good, it's fine. The thing is that I told myself I'm going to start low and then I'm going to climb up like I did with the headphones, and then I bought the Sennheiser 550 to see, because there are so many diminishing returns here, I'm pretty sure, because for what I've heard at least. So I'm just going to try something cheap and then go up and see if I'm going to find any significant differences. Also, it's very important to know that it's very subjective. It really depends on your voice. This is something that I learned a lot from listening to other reviews. And by the way, you're gonna get a clip. You just slide from the bottom. Don't try to force it. Maybe some of them from other microphones I've heard that I can actually clip well. We just force it, but here we just just push it through from the bottom. Anyway, because each voice is different, some microphones will fit other voices better than others, and this is very important thing to know. So this is why many people will find that a certain microphone, not necessarily a popular one or one that's good for one person, will actually be good for another. All right, so this is how it looks with the adapter attached. Now, I actually bought two other items. Another one, because this one doesn't have this particular screw, so it's actually fit directly to my boom arm, which I actually use this. It's not as good, it's not as durable, it's very plasticky. And make sure, by the way, to slide it through, because otherwise, again, the microphone can actually fall down. And kind of pop filter they're going to put on top of it. Right now it's without pop filter, but I'm talking right now, so let's put it on. All right, so now you hear me with the pop filter on. So we're going to check out if there is a difference, maybe something that kind of impaired the noise, the sound quality. All right, just a few tests. This is the Plosives Plosives. And now another test. This is now the filter off. Plosives Plosives. Right, so based on my kind of a quick test, there is a slight difference, and also in terms of audio quality, I didn't find any degradation or anything. All right, now for more in-depth tests, you can actually see me testing it from different distances and also with different filters on and off, so you get a better idea how it performs. All right, so this is an unfiltered test. This is connected to the Elgato Wavelink directly. There's also air conditioning in the background working. Laptop not far away. I'm relatively close, about I think like 2-3 inches from the microphone right now, and just speaking to it. And this is also without the pop filter, which I'm going to put later on. No echo, cancellation, nothing. Just unfiltered voice through just recording it without anything. Of course, I'm going to check it out also with different other options to see how it works, but this is just straight out unfiltered sound of my voice through the microphone. Now we're just going to test the S sound, see how harsh it is. So I'm going to read a few lines. She sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sits silently sipping sweet tea. The six ship sick. Mississippi, stress, success, statistics. Just a few words with kind of sharp S, so you can actually see hear and not see how it sounds. All right, let's talk a bit more about the S. As Sarah walked across the grassy expanse, the sun rays kissed her face. She stopped beside a bubbling stream, its surface shimmering with countless reflections. The soft rustle of leaves in the breeze created a soothing symphony. She smiled, feeling a sense of peace as she listened to the world's subtle whispers. This peaceful scene was precisely what she needed to stress test the clarity of her microphone's sibilant reproduction, ensuring every sound was crisp and distinct without any excessive hissing or a slight lisp. All right, now more of a proximity test. So I will begin speaking from a comfortable distance, perhaps 6 to 8 inches away, which I'm actually doing now, focusing on maintaining a consistent volume and tone. Listen carefully to the clarity and presence of my voice at this range. Now I will gradually move closer to the microphone, aiming for about 3 to 4 inches, observing how the low-end frequencies of my voice begin to deepen and gain richness. Pay attention to any plosives or breath noises that might become more apparent at this closer range. Finally, I'll back away to a more distant position, perhaps a foot away or even 2 feet away, to hear how the sound things out and picks up more of the room's natural ambience. Now I'm going to get much closer to the microphone. Now this is about, I think, like 1 inch from the microphone. Testing it out now, so you can hear maybe the plosive, plosive. Now my lips almost touch the microphone. All right, again, this is very close to the microphone. I'm going to move gradually away until about, let's say, in meters, right? Around half a meter from the microphone. So I'm going to start very close. Now I'm moving away, and you're going to hear me moving away from the microphone. Now I'm about, I think, half a meter from the microphone. And now I'm just about, I think, close to 1 meter from the microphone. And then I'm going to slightly go closer and closer to the microphone so you can hear the changes of the sound as I get closer and closer. Now I'm very close to the microphone. Now I'm going to do another test. This is on an arm, but there's no something that prevent any vibrations or anything, any sound. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tap on the microphone, tapping with my fingers slightly on the microphone. It's kind of moving a bit. And now I'm going to tap the desk with my fingers. All right, and now I'm going to just click on my keyboard. This is a Red Switches keyboard. I'm typing and speaking now at the same time. Red Switches mechanical keyboard. I'm speaking while actually typing on the keyboard. Now I'm going to stop speaking, just typing. All right, so this is just one test. Yeah, so I listened. I was surprised that it doesn't sound that prominent, to be honest. And these are red switches. I can hear it very clearly in the room. So that doesn't pick it up very loud, which is good. All right, now what you hear is with 2 filters that reduce both the noise sound, any ambient sound or anything, and also room echo if there is in the room. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to also now type. So I'm typing right now with the red switches while that filter is actually on. I continue talking and typing on the red switches so we can test whether it's actually coming through. All right, testing and typing. There's also air conditioning in the background, not far away from me. About maybe 2.5 meters above my head. Here we go. So yeah, basically it does its job. The thing is that again, it's a dynamic microphone, so it's actually picked up in terms of the noises from the mechanical keyboard was actually very good. I mean, I remember having a condenser microphone where I just pick up everything. The sound was so loud, and even with the different AI tools that I had, it was very hard to eliminate it perfectly because some of the sound were relatively closer to what my voice sounds, so it picked something. It wasn't perfect, let's say it like that. I used an NVIDIA solution and other solution. So this is very good results. All right, back speaking to the microphone, this time again with the pop filter, with the two filters, noise reduction and echo reduction. So what I can tell you is, again, recapping everything, my first impressions. One thing I noticed, and this is something that you're going to notice, especially when you're moving from one thing you use for many months to a new microphone, is you're going to, especially when again you're doing voice recording, you listen to yourself. For me, it was the clarity. It was quite a significant difference. Also, the sound a bit again on the bassy, but really good bassy, not something that can sound too boomy, and it's actually the sound that I actually prefer. Now the S sounds, this is something that is, let's say, more prominent if you compare it to those who actually microphone that tame the highs. It's very easy, of course, to just reduce it in post, by the way. So for example, one microphone like the SM7B, the Shure SM7B, which of course is exactly the opposite on the high end of things, really knows how to tame those highs. But some people prefer not having that because it kind of muffles the sound. So for example, this is recorded without the S filter on, to see how harsh the sound as S sound sounds. And now this is recorded with the sound that the filter that we should reduce the S sound so it won't sound that harsh. So there are very easy way to reduce it. As long, again, the most important thing for me was the clarity, that my voice sound natural to me. Also, I'm listening to my voice using the Sennheiser 550 headphones, so I get a relatively good representation of the sound rather than if I use really crappy headphones. Now, by the way, I removed the pop filter from the microphone. In terms of boominess, when you get proximity effect, I actually found it is very good. My previous microphone, when I got closer, it was so boomy that I really needed to find the right place in order to make it not that boomy. And actually, when I got a bit back, the sound kind of sound thin. And also find that even if I'm a bit further away from the microphone, I still found that the sound very good, not that thin. Again, just a few inches away compared to very close. It sounds good overall in the relatively average distance that's going to be talking to the microphone in general. So what can I say? I'm got surprised that for such a cheap price, you can actually get a microphone that comes with an adapter, with a case, very well built. Well, based on my experience compared to my previous one, it feels very durable and pretty heavy. The clarity of this microphone is very good. Again, the S sound are not tamed here compared to, for example, like the high-end like Shure SM7B, but still not that harsh compared to my previous microphone for sure. Proximity effect is very good, very well tamed. The sound more of the low end of things, though we actually prefer something it's slightly more bassy compared to something that is more open. I'm sure it does kind of impair the clarity to some degree to a voice that is more open, but this can easily, of course, be changed a bit with EQ. So the sound is kind of more radiophonic, if you know what I mean. There's no option to turn off or on the microphone. And overall, if you take everything into account, I just can't believe that that's what you get for such a low price. And basically, that's it. Of course, I'm going to buy other ones and we're going to compare and have something to compare to. Overall, I'm very pleased with it considering its price. And yeah, I definitely agree with those who say this sits way above its price. Thanks for watching.